Friend?
Great, it smells good in here. Where's my plate?
Well, we'll have to work that out for you. See, that's the thing. Around the holidays, in the media, you eat well. That's what I'm saying to you. So
Thanksgiving early.
Yeah, little early Thanksgiving Day dinner here as they honor an employee who passed away a number of years ago, and they made this a tradition every year, and that's why we're taking advantage of that today. Go ahead and hit it, Liz. I see you got your finger up there. Go ahead.
Risk his neck for his brother, man.
Can you dig it?
There you are, man. Thank you. How are you?
Ooh, Russian. I hate being late.
Well, that's all right.
It's not a good feeling.
We're just glad to have you here.
I want you to know that I ran several traffic lights to get here on time. And because we don't have the camera thing anymore, I wasn't worried.
You weren't worried about it?
I wasn't worried about it. I looked around a couple of times. No cops. I'm good.
They've got more serious problems in the city right now than dealing with that.
I'd say so. With all these cop shootings, this is getting out of hand.
It is getting a little out of hand. I had a debate this morning with a friend on Facebook who's all out of whack because of that alt-right group that was chanting that stuff about Trump yesterday. Did you hear it?
Trump, yes.
Hail Trump!
Hail Trump.
Hail our people! Hail victory!
Some policy institute in D.C. that supposedly identifies as alt-right, and they had video of some event they had Saturday where people were throwing up their hands like in the Adolf Hitler kind of thing. You know, I don't know anything about those people. I don't know anything about the group. But the reason people were injured on Facebook, on social media this morning, is that they didn't think Trump had denounced it quickly enough. Right. And even this morning, something came out from the Trump transition team. One of the reporters reported this.
Trump's transition team said in a Monday statement that Trump, quote, continues to denounce racism.
So that was in response to that video from this weekend. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, no candidate is completely responsible for every person who might have supported them, nor does it automatically mean that Donald Trump supports whatever this guy stands for just because he's happy Donald Trump won. I said to this guy, you know, it strikes me that what would have happened if Donald Trump had waited till he got in office and welcomed these people to the White House?
Yeah.
Because Obama welcomed the Black Lives Matter folks to the White House, and some of them, not the movement, but some of them had been on the streets chanting pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon. I mean, there were people who were subsets of that movement who were calling for the deaths of police officers, but not all of them. Yeah. And to me, the irony is kind of there's a lot of hypocrisy floating around 60 days before Donald Trump's even sworn in as president. I hate to think what this is going to look like over the next 4 years.
And that's where I was going to next with, you have Black Lives Matter people that are saying, fry 'em like bacon and all that type of stuff. That's the attack that people are starting to use against me now because I voted for Trump, is they're putting up videos in response to things that I'm posting saying, here's your presidential candidate, your nominee. The next president of the United States is a racist. Look at all these people in Washington, D.C., what they're doing. So now, because you're a supporter, you're automatically a racist.
Lumped into that category.
Even if you're black, I'm a racist too now. So I ignore it. I didn't even pay attention to it. I just laughed it off, haha, whatever. But I was thinking the same thing that you were saying. It's like, well, there are people of good conscience that feel that there are unjustified police shootings. Do the people that are saying kill the police, do they represent you? Of course not.
No, that's a good point. And I think back to President Obama being elected and conversations I had with friends who are black and talking about the fact that what was his support level among African Americans who voted? Was it
94%?
94%, something like that. I'm like, are you going to say that the fact because some of them admitted to me that they voted for him because he was going to make history. He was going to be the first black president. That's what they wanted to happen. They didn't pay a lot of attention to what his policies were going to be. I said, are you telling me then that the fact that I didn't vote against him, I'm somehow racist because that wasn't important to me? What was important to me was what I thought the damage his policies would do. And it's the same argument with Hillary Clinton. I didn't vote against her because she's a woman. I voted against her because I don't like any of her policies.
And I will say this, because I received a Facebook message from a cousin of mine in Texas bringing up the Hail Trump and all that type of stuff and trying to stick that, on you as well. And I just forgot my train of thought.
That's all right.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. I mean, right off the top here today, I talked about Kellyanne Conway coming out this morning and announcing that Trump will not pursue any charges against the Clintons. Now, some people are suggesting here, some of my callers, that it's a little bit of a head fake. He's just hoping that to distract Obama so he won't pardon her before he leaves office so that then afterwards they can pursue charges. I'm not quite sure they've thought it through that well. I think they're trying to extend an olive branch, and I think he's underestimated the number of people who that was probably one of their top 4 or 5 reasons for voting for him, is that they wanted him to drain the swamp, and the Clintons are part of that.
I think a big part of that is, this is going to be the most scrutinized presidency in history. We already know that. And what I think is what the administration is looking at, instead of Trump looking like he's taking the lead and wanting to be vindictive against her, you and I both know, Mark, there's going to be plenty of House investigations. There's going to be plenty of Senate investigations. This is not over in the least. And I think Donald Trump and his advisors have just said, basically, let's step away from this and let the Congress investigate it. And if it gets bad and enough stuff comes out, then, I'll jump on the bandwagon and let's prosecute her. But I think he's trying to stay above board on it because he knows Republicans in Congress are going to do the investigating.
I hope you're right.
I think so.
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be 3 weeks out from the election saying he's let me down already. But that this backing off this so quickly has let me down because he could have said it and it just could have been presented in a different way. Yeah. I think.
I did remember what my thought was about my cousin. I don't think Donald Trump is in no way a racist at all. I don't think he's ever been a racist. Some of the stuff in his past with the rental and stuff has been suspect. But I would like to see them come out a little more forceful against these alt-right groups and these people. I understand that they, don't want to say too much because they don't want to add fuel to the fire and keep the thing going. But then it also looks like, are you not coming out as forceful because you don't want to alienate these people as supporters or think you're going to alienate them? I mean, like I said, I'd like to see them come out a little more forcefully against it.
I guess I get back, and I see what you're saying. From that point of view, I see that. I think back to, again, the current administration when you had a new Black Panther Party and all this stuff coming out, and I just don't remember the pushback there either. Yeah. I don't remember him going to a lot of trouble to distance himself for that. I do remember Eric Holder not prosecuting these people on several cases where there was videotape of them appearing to intimidate voters outside of voting booths outside of Detroit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's not something they've got to just every single day come out and denounce them. But just one big, these people don't stand for us. We denounce them. We don't want their support. Please go away. You're losers. One strong statement like that, and then be done.
Then
with
get
it.
over it. Yeah, that's.
But I haven't seen anything that strong yet.
They need to hire you as a consultant. That's what they need to do.
Hey, I was never Trump, and Trump is hiring only loyalists, so I don't have a snowball's chance.
I know he's not. He may hire Mitt Romney. Come on. If he'll hire Mitt Romney, he'd hire Chris Arps.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get to your phone calls in a minute. The phone lines are full right now. I'm going to get to some of your phone calls. 314-969-9797. More with Chris Arps coming up here. Are we going to try to get John Decker back on the phone or not? Do we think that won't happen? Okay, Liz is shaking her head. He apparently got called into a news conference at the White House, and we were going to try to get John Decker from Fox News Radio talking about the transition. But much more to come. Stick around and get to your phone calls.